Swatch number 64 is an example of the fiber type mod acrylic, which was invented in order to be a non-flammable version of acrylic. It is made with spun and textured filaments in the warp, and we'll see that there are two different warp yarns going on, and then it has a spun filling. This is made using a lino weave, which is why it's in this portion of the kit. It was piece dyed. There is no finish, and the feature of mod acrylic, it has been acrylic that is modified to be inherently flame retardant. So it is safe for applications where code requires you to use a flame retardant fabric. In this case, this drapery, we would hate to have fire being transmitted along the walls, and so here you can see that those incredibly fine filament yarns right in there, right, and then these spun yarns that are occurring above and below them. And then this lino weave means that these yarns are twisting around, the warp yarns are twisting around the filling yarns to keep them very sturdily in place, even though they're super fine and would slide around. So it looks very open weave from a distance, but when we get closer, we can see that in fact it has that lino weave feature to hold those fine yarns in that are keeping it from bending out of shape too much. Swatch number 65, the marquisette, is also often used in interior settings, and it has a filament warp and a novelty filling. The novelty filling includes knot, spot, and boucle yarns, and it is made with a lino weave. It was also piece dyed, no finish, it drapes well, is sheer, and is used often for drapery shears. If we take a close look at this swatch, we can see the knot spot yarns, and we can also, so there is an example of the knot spot, and then we can also see the boucle. And both of those are in there to just give a bit of visual texture to otherwise what would be something that would more resemble a cheesecloth, right? But the marquisette means that these warp yarns are in pairs. We can see right up there at the top. They're twisting around those filling yarns to hold them very sturdily in place. Now moving on to another whole weave category, those were examples of lino weaves. We have a double cloth in 100% wool. Wool means it's spun yarns. This double cloth uses 3 warp and 3 filling yarns. It is fiber dyed. And I don't know that I agree with that precisely. Let's look and see. 2 filling yarns, that should add up to 5. It is fulled and napped and provides excellent thermal retention, a soft hand, can be used for outerwear and for blankets. Let's take a look at this double cloth. So first of all, you can see, let's get this to focus there. It's a houndstooth on this side. It's plain on that side. It's literally 2 pieces of fabric that were woven right next to each other, and that 5th filling yarn is traveling. It's going to be a red one, and it's traveling back and forth between the 2 fabrics, holding them together. But if we could manage to find it and pick it out, we would end up with 2 separate pieces of cloth.